What's going on, folks? It's been a week, which is a lifetime on Twitch, but I'm back. Hey, what's up, my dude? Tonight we're gonna be back on the 2D game Gravitas. We're gonna try to just get back into the groove of things. I don't have a specific plan other than I might mess with some models just to play around with it, doing the generated models to just playing around with some generated models and seeing what we can do with them. And then I'll figure out what the heck I'm actually going to do with this game tonight. The last thing I was working on it though was I was trying to get the hit detection to work better. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna play around one of the ones you already uploaded, so I'll get to those later. But thank you anyway for doing that. That's Multi-Wizard, aka Ginyu, aka Captain. Okay, thanks. But he's been doing the AI generation for model stuff that I've been playing around with. So he just kind of messes around, makes a model. Then I see how fast I can get it through rigging and animating, and then turning it into something usually silly to do to have on full stream. But anyway, whatever we're gonna do tonight, let's get to it. So this is Gravitas. And while I'm showing it off, even though we might deviate right now, or detour, really, right now after we kind of show it off. Oh, one thing since good grief, let me get together. One thing that has changed since the last time we messed around with this is that I have changed the render pipeline from the default to the universal pipeline. Rendering pipeline. So you'll see things have changed a little bit in their appearance. Like these particles are a little bit different now. They don't really look as much fiery as they used to. So I may have to just play around with that later. Look okay right now, but I think I really like the way they looked before, where they were kind of fiery looking. And you see like some of the colors have changed too. Like this doesn't look as blue as it should. But we'll play around with that later on. But this is kind of the gameplay loop is you create a planet by touching one of these guys. I can touch one. And then you can destroy it by, well, you can grab these and move around. I'll show you why in a second, but you can destroy them by touching them with the red one. And you get points. Now I can combine a couple of them. Also, these guys have gravity. They're moving towards each other. Like that. But also, so when they rotate around, they'll get you some points. But you can just put them together. And now you made a chain, and if you destroy that chain, you get multipliers. Right now you can't move them again. But I can continue to make this chain. Okay, that's weird. I didn't like that movement at the end. One of the things I have to fix too is this overlapping needs to stop happening. See? Also, and I completed the objective for the level, and by just destroying a chain, because it's the tutorial level. But that's the game so far. And you got time trials, and we got skill challenges, and so forth. And what I need to work on is getting that overlap to work better. Essentially, I need to work on getting the collision detection to work better, because I'm using my own collision detection and not Unity's. Unity's is very much slower than what I need it to work as. And I've been the reason I started working on it because I was getting frustrated because I was having a hard time getting it to function like I wanted my hit detection calculations. But I think we'll mess around with something else first before we get started. We'll procrastinate just a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what multi-wizard left for us. What Christmas goodies has he dropped off? I mean, I kind of know what they are, but let's see. Oh, okay, so we've got 3 models. We've got Daffy Duck, we've got Deadpool, and we got Joker. Which one should we mess around with tonight? I really want to check out what Daffy Duck looks like, but I feel like that's going to end up being broke. Deadpool will probably work, and the Joker will probably work. But let's do Daffy Duck. Let's just go ahead and do Daffy Duck. So to get this started, we need to go ahead and bring up Maximo. I'll go ahead and do that off screen right now. I need to log in. And this is the last one. This is the last one that that multi-wizard did. So I forgot we actually had one in here that I could actually mess around with. This is one that he created, so this is not one I actually asked him to do. And it's actually set up properly, so we could actually do something with that. So maybe we'll mess with that one tonight instead of Daffy Duck. And we'll probably just mess around with it to get it to do something like dance. I mean, that might be the one that already. That might be the dance already.
And when you wake up in the morning, we'll set out on a journey toward the future.
Okay, we'll come back to this one.
Hand in hand, loved by sunlight. I'm with you always, sweet baby of mine. Rest for now, let's say goodnight. Baby, I love you. Good night.
Could do some Thriller. I think haven't I done that already? Oh, okay. It's too much movement for what I will probably end up using it for. Yeah, too much movement. Because it's probably going to be kind of a stationary thing. Yeah, too much movement. Usually these have like a sit in place kind of deal or option you can put on them where they won't like actually move around. They won't, they'll do the animation, but they won't actually move from their current position. And I almost want to go right back to that first one. I think I like that. I think I like that. I want to go with that. All right, let's get a better look at it. Now I see the arm coming through the body. I really not feeling as much. So you wouldn't really be able to tell. Oh, wait a minute, can you go back and let's go back and give it some arm space. Let's see. Nah. Other way. Okay. That works. All right, so let's get at that. Go ahead and start up Blender. Okay, so we get that. Blender starting up. Loading it up now. And I'm really not going to do much of this, so this is going to be pretty fast. With the ones I did last time, where I was doing kind of the Miles Morales Spider-Man stuff, I should show you that, actually, when we talk about it. While I was doing this, I was doing like multiple animations after each other in sequence. It didn't turn out as well as I would like, because I would really have liked him to crawl more up the screen before he fell, but I just couldn't get it done. I wasn't going to sit there on it all night. But that took a while to do. This won't take as long because I'm not going to change the animations. Let's move our camera into a better position. If I just kept a file where all this set up, I wouldn't have to do this all the time. I'm not gonna take time to do it right now either, so. Okay. and she's going to join our dance troupe we got going on of Multi Wizards Creations. I'll show that off in a second. Okay, let's get us some light going. Just gotta remember. Oh, there it is. Okay. Remember how to do the lights. Because Blender is not my thing. I'm a programmer. I forgot. For this is not the lights. So we gotta do that. So we'll get a transparency when we render out. That's right. That's right. How long? What's the length of this animation? Well, I probably should look at it. It'd be easier. Yes, even longer than 250. Where's the animation? Okay. I can just go to the end of the animation. Oh no, it stops at the end of the thing. Okay. Well, all right. Forget, how do you make this? How do you zoom it out? Right, there it is. Grief, how long is this animation? Or 8. Now we need to kind of turn the light down a little bit. Getting there. Oh. Okay, way too much. Okay. Might be all right there. No, I could do something freaky. Like I could actually animate the camera to go around her while she's moving. That would be kind of cool. But I ain't gonna do that right now. We're gonna keep this simple tonight. It's fine. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and render out. All right, well, we're not going to watch that. Let that do its thing. We can get back here and figure out what we're doing. Ooh, I wonder if I made those images. I didn't specify the size of those images. They might be huge, which means I couldn't load them into Easy GIF. We'll see. If we have to re-render this, it won't take long. Or it won't take long to set up. All right. So now, Gravitas. Which actually is getting a name change. There's already a Gravitas on Steam, so we're changing the name. Oh, I'm changing the name now that we actually are an official studio. The studio is an actual business now. That announcement will be coming out pretty soon. And we'll be doing some revamping and stuff like that. Excuse me. Dinner. Oof. All right. So where were we last time? Oh. Let's go someplace nice. Let's hit the beach first. Not Kansas City, not Philly. Let's hit the beach. We'll stay here for a little bit. And wanted to up the size on the text because it always looks a little small. Let's see, is it? There it is. All right, there we go. I've just been told like the text looks kind of small on TV, on the stream or whatever. Okay. How are we going to do this? The last time we were here, we tried to make essentially after the collision of the two objects, we tried to make it correct after the fact. So if they overlapped, it was trying to push excuse me, the object that had been moved onto the stationary object would essentially be pushed outward from the main object. And that wasn't working too well. So what we needed to do, or some things I thought about doing. Yeah, here it is. Some things I thought about doing were using the calculation of the indicators. When the indicators are created, they already do like right here. This is why I was here last time. When the indicators are drawn around the planet, like when they are making a chain, that's an indicator of the area that they're actually taking up. So if I could find a way to tell when they're overlapping, that would help me immensely figure out figure out when how do I say it? I mean, I'm saying it like they are overlapping, but I don't have an indication of when they are. So I need, because my calculations are not fast enough to catch when they've overlapped between processing frames. So I need a way to just know that they've overlapped. I mean, I was trying to do it after the fact, but it's not, the correction isn't working right. As you actually saw while I was messing around with it, where it tried to correct and it was moving weird. And I don't like that. I'd rather catch it ahead of time. But the frame processing in Unity doesn't let me work that fast unless I do something like a burst function, like a burst compiler function. And I really don't want to do that, but if it comes down to it, is there a way to, I've been thinking, is there a way to detect ahead of time and see, my mind is going to just checking again after the fact and then trying to correct them. And taking the individual pixels of the indicator and seeing if they're overlapping within a circle of other indicators. But that's a lot of calculations. I would have to do something like the burst compiler. But I would literally have to go and take all, either that or like make my own thread and pass all that information into my own thread. But yeah, because I couldn't use Unity's objects, I'd have to pass like all their positions all the time into this thread that would just be processing if there's been a collision or an overlap. Well, while I'm thinking about that, I meant to show you the GNU dance gallery. I was going to show you once I get done with the stuff, the new one, but might as well show it off right now while we're just sitting here. Is it here? It's not here. It's on the other screen. So these are the ones that GNU's already done himself. I'm just checking something real quick. I wonder if I can make some changes here. Okay. Nope, can't do that. All right, so let's go look and see if our alien, excuse me, Hide all of them. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Let's go see if our alien is done rendering, since we're still kind of figuring out what we're going to do here. Let's go see if... Okay. Yeah, looks like we're done. Okay. So let me gather up all these images. All right. Now let me bring up EasyGIF. Sec. I don't think they'll let me do it. Yeah, it's too big. Okay. Maybe we got to go back and re-render. Hmm. 180. Oh, okay. Resolution. Here we go. We can definitely cut that resolution down, and I've done it in the past. I just gotta remember what to cut it down to. Let's try to render that again. All right. Back to our dev. Okay. So what if I put in each body, I put no. I was thinking putting a task in each body, in each object. That would just check around it, but the processing on that would probably be ridiculous. You know, it'd be real simple. Having a bunch of threads or tasks spin up would probably not be a good idea. I could do the single separate thread and have each planet in a group. Sorry, each object that is grouped with the other objects be in grouped code objects. Essentially, it would look at things in groups. It would not look at everything. I could do that, and that's probably the best way to do it. because how often are we going to get something that has like a bunch of objects connected to it hitting it? We're not like, I can imagine like 3 or 4 objects colliding with each other at any given moment, or at least being close enough to collide. Because yeah, what I would do is I would get these values, this positional values, which would be the circle, the indicator positions of the indicator, which are the pixels making up the indicator around the object. And then I would just need to know if any of those that are near each other, any of the objects that are near each other, if any of those positions are inside the area of the object. Essentially, I would be making my own bounding box object, bounding box code to check these values. I feel like that's the solution we're going to, because it's either going to be that or doing a burst compiler function. And it's either do their version of multi-threading with that, or just do my own. And I'd rather just do my own. Well, let's check on this thing real quick before we move on here. Okay, this looks ready. All right. All right, so that's processing. Let's get back again to our code. Yeah, so I would essentially keeping groups of these values. And then using a calculation, I would go through each group. But then I'd have to have a process where the groups can be updated or removed from, really updated. Well, updated, the groups can be updated, but then when the groups get destroyed, I'd have to just remove the group. But I'd have to have some type of group management set up inside this other thread. They get updated anytime there's a change in as an update or just removal of a group. So I have a thread, pass in updates. Anytime we update this object, we'd have to pass that information into the thread. Or the removal of the group that object's in. We'd have to update the information in that thread. And it would always be processing through all these positions all the time. Or at least it'll be triggered to process through all of them anytime there's an update. I think that might be the way to go, because I feel like when I rewrite my scoring code, which has to be rewritten because it's incredibly slow, I probably will end up doing something similar as well, where it goes into a different thread to get sped up, and he comes back at in what order and speed they need to be destroyed in. Because the problem is the destruction is so slow in calculating the score. So I'm trying to order the destruction of the planets in such a way that it follows a chain, and that code is incredibly slow. So scoring looks really slow, and it's not really matching up with people's expectations of when I destroy a chain of planets, it's supposed to be really fast, and I see a bunch of score popping up. Well, it's taking way too long because it's incredibly slow. Because it's doing a lot of thinking and processing about what order to destroy things in. While I'm still pondering that, let's go ahead and see if we're ready over here. Nope, they're still uploading. Okay. All right, so if we were to do this, how we start? I think we start at the top. We need to go ahead and create us a thread that's running and calling a function that's looking at this information. The question is, how are we passing that information? Now, we could just be passing in arrays of vectors. And then we would kind of have some way to indicate that if they belong to a specific group. We came way back down here. Before we start this, though, actually, I just was thinking, before we start this, we need to actually go ahead and get rid of the current code we have that I've been using to correct when the collision is incorrect. Whoops. We need to kind of get rid of anything that could mess with how we're doing this. Okay. All right, so that, picking that out right now. Let's check in on our, okay. Don't stack the strings. Don't stack the frames, good grief. Don't stack the frames. Well, that's processing. Well, go back to the top. Let's go ahead and actually, before we do that, we need to actually write the actual function it's going to call. We need to actually kind of figure out how we're going to pass this information in. So in here, we're going to have an array of really we need to have a linked list of linked lists, or a linked list of arrays. But the thing is, everything's going to have to be checked against everything in the group. Or do I just get the list? Because this could be easier than I'm thinking it is. Because I already have a list of celestial objects.
Multi-Wizard says, go get them.
How you doing, man? Let's see. You know, I went and did the model that you had done previously. One of your models from that you had messed around with previously, or you had created previously. Okay, let me get my words together. It was a model you previously created that I uploaded and then didn't do anything with in
Multi-Wizard
Maximum.
says, maybe in 2 months I'll remake.
Okay. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about, man. Here she is. This is the one you had made like weeks ago, and I uploaded it to Maximo, and just I didn't do anything with it. So I went to Maximo and saw that it was still in there, so I went ahead and started working on it. She'll get added to the dancing line. So let's go ahead and speed her up.
Multi-Wizard says,
I didn't realize her hand went through her head, but ain't nobody really gonna be able to tell. Maybe make her a little bit faster.
Multi-Wizard says, there is 2 left, pick wisely.
Okay. I mean, you can have those.
Multi-Wizard says, 40 points.
Yeah, you go ahead and make those models. Okay, way too fast. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and crop her.
Multi-Wizard says, I'll think of something.
Okay.
Multi-Wizard says, BRB food break.
All right, man. That's good. I wish I had caught the hand going through the body. I would have done something else, but is that big? Which old New York? All right. Let's go ahead and make her into part of our dance line. And let's kind of put everybody where they need to be.
Multi-Wizard says, going to see if Meshi can make Grimace.
Can make oh, Grimace. 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 Move her over just a little bit. I think she's right behind my head, but it's run out of room here. We got us a little party going.
Multi-Wizard says, you need grandma.
Oh no. Oh no, not grandma. Dude, that thing is scary. And plus, I don't even think, do I actually have grandma or did I just get the video?
Multi-Wizard says, hee hee.
Yeah, no, we'll be scaring people away. Grandma's nightmare fuel. I still got that video. I know I still got it. Hold on. If people don't know what we're talking about, talk about grandma. Oh yeah, it is. That was completely made in Meshy. Like it was generated, generated, and looking at it is just horrifying. Rigged and animated in Meshy. Well, anyway, kind of put the party back in the box. All right. So now that's done. Back to work. I mean, I could just look at if I do this, no, I need to get the positions in groups. I can't just look at the list of celestial objects, because then I'd have to lock it down every single time I touch it, because I'm splitting it between two threads. I'm touching the reference between two threads, which means I could end up locking myself, or what do you call it, causing a collision. I see, this is what needs to go next, is this list of lists for when I destroy celestial bodies. That thing is really slow and terrible. So I need to, after every time we go through the main line of processing, just go ahead and grab, that seems really, if I go and grab every position every single time, I feel like it's going to be really slow. I only need to change what's updated. Updated, or updated what has been updated, or what is in a group that has been removed. When I put these in, I would put these in. How do I compare all these against each other for one? Because that's how I'd have to group them. The group is already there, because I could just look at any celestial bodies that are connected to each other. So I know which ones I need to check against. The bigger thing is, how do I check them all against each other? So then to find out if they're overlapping. because I literally have to. I'd have to take everybody's vector position in the group and check it against every other one's area. That seems so excessive. But I think that's the way it's gonna have to work. So we need. Okay, I'm bouncing around, but okay. We need all the vectors. We need all the vectors of a celestial object that is in a group that is in a group of those objects, connected objects. So a vector, which is a group of values collected together in a group from that celestial object that is in a grouping of the group of celestial objects that are connected to each other. A group of a group of a group of a group. I don't think, do I need to build an object? Or a class? I might have to build a class that just has that information for an entire group in it. And it does the processing, and the thread just calls each group's each group's class object to run the process for it. I think that'll work. I think that's the way it should work. So let's back up from this real quick. Let's go and make that class. That's not right anyway.
Multi-Wizard says, would that work?
Oh, are you talking about the way what I was talking about? Or are you talking about are you talking about the meshy stuff? Because what I'm planning to do is, so actually I bet I could probably show it better than I can explain it. Let's jump over to the game.
Multi-Wizard says, Grimace.
Oh, Grimace. You
smiley face.
You talking about the meshy stuff? I don't think Grimace is going to work because it doesn't have a humanoid
Multi-Wizard
body.
says, but do tell.
I don't think Grimace is going to work though because it's not going to have a humanoid body. I mean, you can try it. You can always try it. So when this happens, now when you see the green, that's all been calculated already. So that's all pixels that have been calculated in a circle around the object. I need to gather up all of these into one. I need to create a class that'll gather up all these for this group, because that will be a group, and see, that shouldn't be happening. This will be one object that will collect all this positional information, and then this would be, this will be another one. So this would be two instances of the same class that would have all the positional information of those circles you see around them. And then I could tell if they're overlapping, because I would be doing my own calculation in a outside thread. So that's what I'm thinking is gonna have to happen, because I can't use Unity's collision detection because it's just too slow. It's frame based. And I need to know exactly when they touch, so I can tell them to stop moving together, to stop the movement. Or at least tell it to correct itself properly.
Multi-Wizard says, multicolors.
Yeah, I mean, that's the different groups are going to have multicolors, but that's just the color of the indicators. That won't have anything to do with anything. I just need to know when a chain is created, I need something to keep all those positional values. Not a chain. Yes, not a chain. Okay. When celestial objects are connected to each other or collide with each other, I need to know if they're overlapping at all, because I need to stop them from moving or push them back into a position where they're not overlapping. Okay. Let's go make our class here. What is it down here, by the way? Oh, the level settings. Okay, just wondering. Okay, and I'll definitely need the list of vectors. What will I care? Oh, I need to keep them as. There won't need to be lists. Guess we'll do some linked lists. Vectors. Does that need to be an array? Because it's going to be a linked list of all the vectors of a celestial object because that's what it's going to go through each one and check against all the others. Let me look up a calculation. Let me see what calculation I got to actually write for this when I actually get in here to compare if something is is in the area of something else. Like we're going down like a rabbit hole. It's just going to lead us to hell. Go back to this while we're... So I would have to calculate the circle equation. Okay, general equation for a circle. Might as well bring this up while I'm looking at this. Okay. Circle equation. General equation for a circle. Where HK is the center and the radius of the circle. The thing is, I won't know that. Because I have the points that make up the circle. Points can be described by their distance from the center of the radius. Distance formula. Or I could take in Unity's radius, which can be found. Okay, that's not what I want. Check if a point is within area. You might want to ensure that the point actually is between the two, depending on the example. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's say you have a circle with a radius of 5. 1, 2. Let's see, polar coordinates, calculating the midpoint angle and converting the Cartesian coordinates. I wonder if I'm overthinking this. I wonder if I'm really overthinking this. But I could do something like have this object every time it's updated, calculate the circle itself. Maybe if I pass in, oh, okay. What if I've got all this information? I'm making myself, I'm overthinking everything. Because I'm going to be passing in the indicator anyway, the indicator vectors anyway. Here. Yeah, I already know the radius, right? Where am I getting this radius from? It's coming from the bounding box, so I am getting Unity's radius, so that was a moot point anyway. I'm already getting the center pause. I could just get it here when I'm doing this. Feels weird that I'm going to a drawing function to get my positional information, but it is what it is. So I already know, oh, I can just collect where my center of my circle is and all the extra points in here and the radius. I don't even have to come in here for it. Well, I might as well if I'm getting it here, but I can also just pull this out and make its own function instead of having to come to the draw indicator anyway. But I think that's the way to do it. I could just use the center and the radius. And these points, well, really, I don't need the center and the radius. I feel like I've done this before and it's not worked. But I was also using, depending on Unity's frame-based loop to do the calculation within. In my own thread, it will be a lot faster. So that's what it will be. It will be every other center pause checked against every other center pause plus the radius to see if it's within the see if it's within it. And that should be an easy calculation for that. Cause I don't even need this then. I won't need to come here. I can just grab this from yeah, area and position. Yeah, okay. It was making it a lot easier to figure out. Make it do a couple
Multi-Wizard says, I don't know how, but I got 20 bonus points.
Oh, they're probably trying to just encourage people to use the system, use the service. So have fun with it, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slow the ones you've already created for me. I'm going to kind of do one per stream just to kind of meet out the rest of it for a couple months, for a month, probably a month or so. Because I'm kind of winding down and doing this stuff. It was kind of fun playing with, but other than kind of finishing messing with it a little bit more and making a video, I probably will be done with the generated models. Unless I just figure out something really fun to do. All right. So now that I know that I need the center vector and I need the radius. Which means I just need to get the celestial object in here. Well, the celestial body in here. Yeah, that's all I need. The link list will be just the celestial bodies of that group. Just to make it clear, they're connected. We're not talking about the entire chain, just the bodies that are literally touching each other.
Tonoprix says, yo, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, my man, how you doing? Hope things are well. I hope both of you and Multipliers had a good week while I was gone. Lot going on, man.
Tonoprix says, I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. We're back at work on Gravitas. I put that announcement in the Discord that, you know, the company is actually it's actually a thing now. So we're going to be doing a revamp where we're going to be revamping the Discord. When I say we, I mean I. We'll be redoing the Discord. We'll be releasing a couple things. We'll be actually naming the games and putting out some things about them. And yeah, I mean, so things are moving. While certain things are standing still because due to financial problems right now, I can't like work on any animation for the main game, but that's just what it is right now. Think about some ways around to fix that issue, but we'll work on that when we get a chance. We'll get to that.
Tonofbrix says, "Oh yeah, this company is gonna be fire."
Thank you, I appreciate that. Revcom Gaming is now a thing, so officially known as Revelation Studios. I think here. So tell me, you haven't told me about the...
Tonofbrix says, "I need Revcom merch ASAP LOL."
I can't do merch right now. There's just no way. I appreciate that sentiment, but I can't do merch right now. There's no way I could do merch right now, but thank you for that.
Tonofbrix says, "LOL all good." Multi-Wizard says, 3D printed files.
3D printed files, what do you mean?
Multi-Wizard says, "As merch."
Wait a minute. How would that work? Are you talking about like the characters like printed in 3D? Like a 3D printer type deal? I mean, it's not impossible, but that's still some money. There you go.
Multi-Wizard says, "Yes."
Oh no. No. I could do digital more. I mean, digital would be much easier than anything really, but that's even harder than any other type of merch. Having like figurines. You're talking about
Multi-Wizard
figurines.
says, "It's doable."
It's doable, yes, but you're talking about figurines that you actually have to generate and then actually have to package and send somewhere. That's crazy. I would love if my characters were that big, but where that would be could be a thing, but that's definitely not a thing that's happening anytime soon.
Tonofbrix says, "Big man robot plushie." Multi-Wizard says, "Still a limit run."
Oh my goodness, y'all are. I get like, when I get these ideas in my head, like it's hard for me like to I don't want to say irritated. I get like super hyped about something because I get these ideas and I'm like, I can't work on that. Y'all are putting me right there, man. I appreciate it though, but man, if I can make a big man plushie right now, a robot plushie, I'd probably get sued by Fox for trying to infringe on Bender. But thank you guys. Okay.
Multi-Wizard says, Go look at the horror girl.
No! What did you do?
Multi-wizard says.
What did you do?
LOL.
Where did you put her? What did you do? Is she in... Hold on. Is someone on Discord?
Multi-wizard says.
Oh my...
Yup.
Oh, okay. Let's get to this. Let's go to Discord. Let's see this nightmare. Oh, okay. Grimace is terrifying. Grimace itself is terrifying. Okay, I'm gonna show Grimace real quick. And this is not even what you were talking about.
Multi-wizard says. It's tame.
Okay, but still. Grimace himself is kind of horrifying. That thing will find you in the middle of the night and eat you. Oh, okay. You talking about what's her name? Seiko? What? I can't remember. What? From The Ring. Yeah, she's not terrible. I don't even really find The Ring scary. Cytico is her name. Yeah, she's not that scary. What's scary is them toes. Them toes is effed up. Now this is the face of horror. This is a poor child that needs a bath. And a pedicure. And some corrective foot surgery. This guy...
Tonofrix says.
I need a flamethrower.
Grimace haunts me in my dreams.
I wouldn't doubt that, man. I would be right there with you. Oh, man. Oh.
Multi-wizard says. You see. Tonofbrix says. I look in the closet and boom, there he is. Multi-wizard says. Fun stuff.
Yeah, time to burn that closet. Just throw a Molotov cocktail in there and close it and run. Anyway. Okay. I'm really thinking too hard about this probably, but... Oh, dog cam. I see you. Whoops. Gotta go do it. Let's see. Sorry, man. I forget. He was. You know what thing? The thing is, he was hanging there earlier, and I'm not sure what's up with him. He just seems like he just kind of like just wanders off at some point to go do something else. So just hanging out like he normally does. I don't know. Sorry, man. Oh, no problem. I mean, and of course, you're always welcome, man. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. He doesn't go to bed. Well, okay, so it's after 11, so he actually kind of does go to bed like after 11. But even like in the last couple, lately, he just doesn't hang out there like he normally does at night. I don't know. I might have to rethink that.
Tonofbricks says, how's your DeepSeek stuff going?
Dude, I got it working. I think I said I got it working last time, but I think I'm about ready to surpass it because I actually looked under the hood and know how it works now, where I can build my own agents. I think I talked about this before. I feel like I said this on stream, but I know now what they're doing. Essentially, whenever Olama, they're using the Olama callback function. So you can actually tell Olama when you send a query to any model to call a function when it comes back. So it's just doing that. In the tutorial where I built this from, all it's doing is sending to Gwen, and it's telling Gwen to call this function when it returns. And then if Gwen can't come up with an answer in that function, it then calls DeepSeek, and then DeepSeek returns. DeepSeek returns with its answer. So what I looking at doing now is building my own agent using the callback function to call my own functions. And honestly, I would love to see if I can make this into something else, like a side gig where I build people's AI agents. But I need to really dig into it first, and also that would be another thing on top of all the things I want to do. So I don't know if I'll actually be able to get there, or have time to do it. But I will continue to work on this and build my own AI agents, because I worked on it a little bit today, trying to see how I could get it to call like different functions for me depending on what it's doing. Because the way it worked, so yeah, the way the original setup worked, from the tutorial I built it from, was it calls Gwen as a chatbot, and then Gwen kind of cleans it up for you, cleans up what you want, your request, sends it over to DeepSeek. DeepSeek returns it's using the OpenAI agent. So the OpenAI agent uses DeepSeek as you can tell OpenAI agent to use Gwen as a chatbot. Then Gwen passes it over to DeepSeek, and then the OpenAI agent.
Multi-wizard says, a tank with legs shall be my next request.
Okay. And then the OpenAI agent gets the return from DeepSeek as a Python script that it tries to run in a virtual environment to do whatever you want, to actually do it as an agent on your machine. And so I'm just going to take OpenAI agent out of that whole equation and tell it, okay, when I make a request to DeepSeek, which I already have it doing, I'm already not using that agent. I'm actually calling directly right now to DeepSeek. And I just need to set it up to call my own functions when it returns. That's where I'm at now. So yeah, I got that whole setup working, and I'm ready to go. I'm already going past it. 1 second, guys. All right, just had to mute for a second. So, Tons, how's your game going, and how's your work with the
Brick
DC?
says, I'm glad it's going good for you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, how's your stuff going? Because I remember you were working on Game In, you were trying to get DC to record your game footage, Rocket League footage, yeah. What I need is the 4 points. Do I need 4? Okay. I know I need the radius.
Brick says, yeah, I've really just been refining it and fixing a bunch of bugs. It had so many of them, lol.
Oh, I hear you, man. Same here. Because the things I was working on today with it, I was trying to...
Multi-Wizard says, my game is going well, still working on the next act and monster icons.
That's the Ninja High School side story?
Multi-Wizard says, I fix a song bug.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, same Tons. I was working on it today, and I was just trying to get it to not call Gwen when on startup, and I was sitting there and it was crashing out. So I know what you're going through. Well, I'm essentially going through the same thing. Okay. Also, Multi-Wizard, what song bug, by the way? Because we're talking about RPG Maker, doesn't it just play the song? Or are you doing something kind of different with it? Like your own thing?
Brick says, oh yes, I forgot to tell you, I don't know if you remember the big man robot in my game. Well, I stopped working on it for a little bit, but now I am almost done, so yeah.
Oh, okay,
Multi-Wizard says, going to be using GIMP in a few days.
Okay. Yeah, I was using GIMP today, but I use it for my stream anyway. My stream thumbnails. I use GIMP a lot, honestly. Yeah, tons of, when you get to a point where you want to show it off, man, definitely I'll definitely throw it on the Discord, man. Let's check it out. Okay.
Brick says, what's GIMP?
Oh, Photoshop? It's just like free Photoshop, a free version of it's like Photoshop but free. It's the open source version of Photoshop, I think. I think it's open source. Yeah, honestly, I find it easier than Photoshop, but I haven't used Photoshop in years.
Brick says, I see, thanks.
Okay, so I need the center vector, and I need the radius. I need to capture the radius. Because that shouldn't change.
Multi-Wizard says, about the bug, it would restart after I told it to break the loop.
Oh, okay, okay. I forgot all about that stuff in RPG Maker. By the way, have you two ever played To the Moon? In my opinion, probably it's the best RPG Maker game I've ever played. And it's really well done. How best to store this?
Tonofbrix says, I've heard of it, I gotta try it out sometime.
Yeah, just play the regular.
Multi-Wizard says, that one about memorize.
Memorize. Yes, it's about memories. Yeah. What I was saying though is play the game itself. I played the DLC too, and the DLC is kind of wasn't that great. And I know there's a bunch of sequels, but I played the first one, and the first one is about the premise. The starting premise of it is there's a service that that lets you experience something before you die. So like if you want to go back and relive your memories from life, it'll let you do it in a virtual reality. And it's a service they provide to people that are dying. It's really good. The first one, at least that I played, is really good. Now, is that new horror game RPG Maker or is that Game Maker? The one, what's the name of it?
Tonofbrix says, alright, I got to go, I'll talk to you later, but anyway, see you later and have a good night.
You too, man. You take it easy. I'll see you next time. What's the name of that new horror game? Don't Look Outside or something like that? I'm saying was yes, Don't Look Outside, and using RPG Maker, yeah. Look Outside, Look Outside, yeah. So that's another one too. I haven't seen it, but I've seen people play Look Outside. That looks, it's RPG Maker game, and that looks really good.
Multi-Wizard says, sad day, all these discs have mold, sad face.
The disc, are you talking about? You talking about like just the old school discs people would use, like, you know, like floppy disks or something, or? I don't understand. But yeah, that and what was it, Hunger and Loathing was also an RPG Maker game people really like. But I'm just talking about like.
Multi-Wizard says, see pics.
Oh, you sent me some pics on Discord. One sec. They got mold? Okay, hold on, let me bring them up. You saying those have mold on them?
Multi-Wizard
Ew.
says. So Mamie Games.
Yeah, where did you get these from? Or are these yours?
Multi-Wizard says. Yes.
Oh, these are just yours. How did they get mold on them? Because that's a treasure trove right there if they work. I wonder if some of those, if you were willing to sell them, how much they would actually go for.
Multi-Wizard says. The shop.
Oh, you just got them from the shop. Okay. Well, man, hopefully some of them work. See, so if we do like for each.
Multi-Wizard says. I'm going to see if Meshi can make 80s Catwoman.
No, okay. Okay, so let's do this. Of course, we don't want to check when it gets itself, so. Man, I'm not gonna be happy if I go through all this and this doesn't work. And this solution is just was never gonna work to begin with, but at least we won't know until we try. Here's where we'll get their radius and position. Well, no, we just need its position. We don't need it. Well, no, we do. We need. Okay, think this through again. We need to know if they overlap. That's why we're getting the indicator positions. So it doesn't matter. So I do need the indicator positions, yes. But I just check it against if it's in the radius of from the position I'm going against. So I'm going to need all the indicator positions from the selected celestial body, checked against if it's in the radius of the checked celestial body. I know we're not going to get through this tonight. We'll get through part of this solution tonight. But we're going to for loop. we're going to get the vectors first. We're going to link list these vectors that we're going to get from our selected body. So let's go ahead and set up to get our indicator positions. I need this guy. Wait, can I just turn this into an array and not have this list, by the way? Can I just do a bit of, because I'm sure it's going to be faster if I do it this way. I don't need the list functions. I should check that to make sure I haven't broken anything. Let's run our game just to make sure we didn't completely screw ourselves. Hopefully that's not from what I did. Okay. All right, so that seems fine. Okay. And maybe I got a little bit of a efficiency boost out of doing that, because I don't need a list if I'm not going to be doing some type of uh, operations on that array. Little programming tip from Big Man. Probably better to set that not here. I'll do this. Oh, maybe this will be right. Yeah, keep it. It was? Oh, because it... Okay. There's a vector 3, but because it has to be for... Now I wonder if I should just go ahead and put that in a separate array of vector 2, because the z-axis is always going to be 0. There's no need to carry that information. Oh, I need to array. It's an array already. So found more efficiency. What am I missing? Oh. There we go. Oh. We didn't go back to our place. Let's pick something about it. Let's pick somewhere else down. Alright. Alright, where do we put our new object? Right here. No, we didn't. Nope, that's wrong. There it is. Need. I don't need that because I've already got the indicator positions. I need from the checked body. I need your area radius. I forgot what's the difference between area radius and radius. Oh, yeah, one's from the collider, one was a custom thing I tried to do, right? Yeah, which we probably will never use. Debating on getting there right now, but later. Oh, wait a minute. That's the one, right? Yeah. All right. Bananaru, how's it going on, man? How's things in your neck of the wood? I know you were looking for to learn PHP, if I remember correctly. How's that going? Is it going downhill yet? That's at least good to hear, man. How you feeling about it? Like, what do you? Because I remember we talked about. I told you about Udemy, but how are you learning? Are you just? Have you found something like some online tutorials, or are you just doing like the YouTube thing, or what? So I know where this. Position. Oh yeah, it killed it because you put the URL in there. It's just trying to be safe. You're not trying to put a link in there. Just put the name without the .com. Because I am interested, where would you find your course at? Oh, Larval Daily. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that site, but I got you. I'm sure there's sites for that. Well, cool, man. I wish you the best of luck. What is your plan once you learn Larval? Are you going to try to go freelance on something like Upwork or something, or are you just okay? Are you going to be looking for a job, of course, or going freelance? Is what I'm asking. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, definitely want to know how that goes, man. Are you going to look at one of the services, or are you going to go, well, one of the services, like I say, like Upwork or Fiverr, or do you guys have something that I remember you said you were from Indonesia. So do they have something else that's specific to Indonesia that you're looking at, or what? Or are you just going to go grassroots and people that need the work that you're going to go work for? network, essentially, is what I'm thinking. Are you gonna go through a service, or are you gonna network? Is what I'm kind of asking. Um, Now, the question I gotta ask myself is, once I figure all this information out here for this positional stuff, what the heck am I actually gonna do about it? If I know something is overlapping, do I know how to fix it? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, but just keep in mind that you're so the way it. Okay, so my experience, of course, is from being in the USA to know that if you're going to go for a job, they're going to emphasize you have experience when you don't have. Of course, you're not going to have experience coming out the gate. So just be aware you might want to look at putting together a portfolio as you go of if you can find like work for people who can help you allow you to use the work you've done to build a portfolio that might help you find a regular job. Or if you're going freelance, you just like I kind of talked to you like we talked about before of just grinding on the through the freelance services until you get a couple good reviews. Yeah. Just something to think about.
Multi-Wizard says, ever thought about going to PAX?
Okay, so multi-wizard, you're asking me if I ever thought about PAX. Yes, I thought about PAX. I've thought about GDC. GDC. I don't know. Anyway, yes, I have thought about both. I'm not anywhere near ready, though I would like to go anyway, but I don't have like the money to go. So I need to just kind of plan for when I'm ready to show off something. I mean, and it's not, I know I'm not going to show off, but I'm going there to network, and I have to have something I can show people if they want to see something. So yeah, I've thought about them, yes.
Multi-Wizard says, I'm going a room for PAX East next year.
All right. Sounds great, man. Yeah, I mean, you the type of dude, from what I know, you can make some contacts there. I mean, like, some of the people you know have, like, impressed me.
Multi-Wizard says, been there 5 times.
Yeah. I say it like that because I can tell from the contacts you have.
Multi-Wizard says, I'm going to enjoy meeting with the old crew.
Who's the old crew? If you don't mind me asking. Okay, so now I know that it's in the radius. What to do next?
Multi-Wizard says. Note on the next uploads DBL check before posing a few RNSFW.
Okay. But Multi-Wizard, what do you want me to do with those? I can't show them on the stream. And I know you don't expect me to actually rate them for something.
Multi-Wizard says. Old friends who play Magic.
Oh, okay, yo, crew. I got you. That's cool.
Multi-Wizard says. Nothing.
Okay, I mean, I just didn't know why you were telling me. Why were you uploading them if you don't want me to do anything with them? That's not my only question. All right.
Multi-Wizard says. As a backup.
Okay, just remember, because you also uploaded a bunch of music to the Dropbox as well, that there is a limit. So eventually you're going to have to take stuff out of there. I think it's like 2 gigs. The music probably not going to be that bad once you start putting a number of well, I don't know how big those models are either. Just be aware there is a limit. Okay. So now we know we have our overlap, supposedly. Well, before we decide that, let's actually see if this works. Let's actually plug this in, see if it works. Which means we got to do our
Multi-Wizard says. Did you get the music yet?
Yeah, the music is up there. There's a lot of it, dude. I can't listen through all that. If there's something you want me to point out and listen to, I'll check it out. But I can't go through all those music files you put up there. Like if it's something specific, like you just drop it on the Discord in the music tracks, the suggested music tracks channel. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Just new logic in. See if we can. Well, okay, first we have to do the thread. So let's do the thread first. Because this thing's gonna be constantly being processed in the thread. But then we have to have a setup to actually update data in the thread. So we still got to figure that out real quick. Let's make our function for processing anyway. Thought I made a function already. I can't remember where I stuck that thing. What I named it. Yeah, there it is. Should be all the way down here, but so we're going to have to do. Okay. When do we know the celestial
Multi-wizard
bodies?
says, I'm near done with the uploads.
Okay, cool. I mean, I do check them out. I do check out the models that you put up there. Yeah. So let's check when the celestial bodies are getting updated. We know when they're getting dragged, or when they're getting moved, which was here.
Multi-wizard says, been seeing what other PPL made in T poses.
Okay. Okay, so we know we're moving something here, or something's being moved in this section of code. This is probably where it needs to be. We need to check the updates for a group. I want to know when a specific thing has been updated. That way we're not going through the entire list of objects. So should I make a list of updated objects? What I'm thinking.
Multi-wizard says, what do you think about that one?
It uploaded? Let me check real quick. Oh, a fox dude. Hold on, let me see. Trying to bring it up on the screen here. There we go. Pretty cool, man. Looks like his fingers might be messed up, but on that, pretty cool. Now his head looks a little bit smaller than I would think that body would require, but I wouldn't call it a huge deal. Yeah, looks good. Looks real good, man.
Multi-wizard says. Bernster says. Kinda needs a revolver and a cowboy hat.
Ha! Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna make a function to capture which one has been updated. And then we can check a list of groups to see if it's in one of the groups. Okay. Just looking through which one's it? Oh, excuse me. Looking at when things are being updated here, when I need to capture something that has been updated.
Multi-Wizard says, last one before I start drawing.
Okay. It actually reminds me of a Star Wars character. It's taking a while for some reason. Okay, that's weird. Okay, this word says this. Not giving it up for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that, and I think that will work well. I'm not sure what's going on with his feet, but this actually looks like it will work well. It looks like he's kind of torn here for some reason. I'm not sure if that's just the light behind him showing or something. But it will definitely rig, I believe. Very cool, man. All right. So this is when I take a. This is when an update ends on something because it's stopped being dragged. I don't know if I need to do anything there. This is
Multi-Wizard says, I'm heading out. I think I'll work on the guard monster.
All right, my dude, take it easy. Okay, so we know this is when something gets updated because it's getting put into celestial bodies that have been moused over, but that's not when the update actually happens. It's down here when it goes through it and checks stuff. So here we know that something is being dragged.
Vermstra says, I gotta go. Nice seeing you, Bigman.
Same here, man. You take it easy and good luck with the learning and working on like finding a job and stuff, man. So we know we have the drag body that's being moved here. We know we have bodies that are these bodies right here are having gravity applied to them. So I don't think the way I'm doing it's going to work because we can have multiple things getting updated. But it only matters when they're chained. Yeah, really, it's only matter when this happens. Or a chain is being destroyed, which we'll cross that bridge later. Where are we having this happen? I need it in the main function. So there. And there. Because otherwise they're not in the chain. But I need to know when they're going to touch too. When it says they're going to touch.
Like a moth, and since the timing never off until he opted to collaborate with the hooded reprobate, the blighter and assassin made a deadly double bill. Joke, make 'em laugh until they choke, barely slay 'em in the aisles, maiden fair and princess charming. Thrill, dashing feats and bloody spills, and I guarantee you'll never see the ending coming. scene was set, they danced a murderous duet, and much deserving blood was let up too. The scene wherein they disagreed on who should live and who should bleed, and Maxwell Rothy then received a very bad review. Jokes, and there's daggers and there's clothes, but behind the scenes the leading players differ on the plot. Laugh at the damned ignorant scoff. How he chose a way to build above is his eternal law. Joke, make 'em laugh until they choke. Fairly slay 'em in the aisles, made it fair and Princess Charming. Thrill. Now she feeds in bloody spills, and I guarantee you'll never see the ending coming.
I'm trying to see how I'm judging that these are connected now. I guess apply orbit checks. But I know this is part of the problem. It's checking, by the time it checks, they could be overlapping. But the bigger problem is when they get dragged. So I think it's fine here. It's the other place, it's here that I'm having the problem. Because they could be intersecting. They could be overlapping by the time this comes in and says that they're connected. So what I need to do is kind of replace this with the function, with whatever I'm going to use to determine when things are overlapping. Yeah, so I don't need to do this. I need to go ahead and process the updated body into 7. And here, but when I do it here, there won't be any indicator. Because this is happening before we get the indicator. The indicator happens when we do chain addition. So would I be correcting after the fact again? I feel like I'm logicking myself into a hole. I think you have to check. You have to check if something's moving. You have to check everything in the area around it to see if it's going to collide with it. So that indicator values are not going to help me. So all I did all that stuff I did was for nothing. Not really though, because if I pull that value, those values out of the draw indicator to be just pulled at any point, then they can just grab them and check if anything is around. Within a specific area of those values. So do I even need that group class? Because I will just literally go through the entire list. I'll take one and go through the entire list and check everything else and see what's within a range of it. That seems like such a waste of resources though. To check every single thing against every single thing. But I don't see. I mean, I could do something kind of clever and put things and just track where things are on areas of the game area and know that there's something in one area, it can't be close to another one. That's a lot of checking. I could easily do something like break the game area into 4 areas, into 4 quadrants essentially. So if you're in quadrant 2, you can't be checked against quadrant 3 because, well, you could be at the edges of the quadrant, so that really wouldn't help me out. Unless I made it like quadrants with borders, where if you're close to the border, you get checked anyway, but that feels like you're adding a bunch of extra logic on top of just checking everything. I think we're gonna have to check everything against everything all the time in a thread. Or really, we'll check the dragged celestial object against everything. Won't be too terrible. It shouldn't be too terrible because you just have to check if it's in. And then we just take that check we just made and we just apply it to everything. That the drag body against everything. So we're not checking everything against everything. We're checking the drag body against everything. I think we can get away with that, and that may be fine. It shouldn't be that big a deal. And then we just pass, but we have to pass in all the positions. That way we're not locking objects between threads. So I need the position of the dragged object, which I think we already have. I just think we need to make a global of that, and we need all the positions of every object that is being updated all the time. Yeah, so we already got that. You can just straight up clone these, right? Forget that. Yeah, we're gonna work this. I don't think I'll be able to figure this one out tonight. I might have to take this one offline and kind of figure out the best way I want to tackle this. Because I don't want to, these objects may already be available, but I don't want to lock them every single time they're touched in a between the threads. I have to essentially be cloning them all the time. Anytime they're updated, cloning them into a list. I'm not sure how I want that to work. So we'll go ahead and kind of call it here. I want to thank Multi-Wizard for stopping by, aka Ginyu, aka Captain, aka Ginyu Force, aka Brother Lou, and Ton of Bricks always. Pleasure for him to come by, and Bonaru, and always glad to see these guys and see what they're up to. And of course, all the lurkers or any lurkers that came through. Appreciate you guys stopping by. You will probably see me again on Wednesday, probably still working on this, unless I fix the main game, because right now it's kind of broken, but that's a whole other story. You guys have a good night. Stay safe out there, and I will see you soon.